Forget everything you think you know about attraction. Women don't sleep with the most handsome man, the richest, or even the one they claim to love. What truly drives her is hidden, ancient, instinctive. And once you understand it, it's shocking. You've seen beautiful women fall for ordinary men and wondered why. You've seen loyalty vanish overnight and couldn't explain it. The answer isn't romance, it's psychology. And if you can grasp the 4 hidden laws that govern female desire, you'll never chase a woman again, because she'll be chasing you. Why do some men attract women effortlessly while others can't even get a second date? You've probably told yourself it's because of looks, money, or luck. That's the easy answer, the comforting lie. But deep down, you already know that's not the full story. You've seen women walk past men who have everything: status, success, charisma, and fall for someone completely ordinary. You've seen her ignore the guy who sends sweet messages and chase the one who says almost nothing. And you've probably wondered, what is she seeing that I can't? Here's the truth most men can't stomach. Women don't choose men for the same reasons men choose women. You're attracted to what you see. She's attracted to what she feels. And what she feels isn't just excitement, it's safety, emotional safety, psychological safety. That quiet confidence that says, my world won't collapse if I let you in. Her instincts are built to find that safety. For thousands of years, her survival depended on reading danger faster than reason could explain it. That ancient wiring didn't disappear. It just changed shape. A man might look strong, but if she senses volatility, snapping under pressure, unpredictable moods, false confidence, her instincts mark him as unsafe. And no matter how handsome he is, something in her body whispers, don't trust this one. But when she meets a man who's grounded, who listens without trying to prove himself, who moves like he knows his worth, her defenses lower. She starts to breathe differently around him. Her laughter sounds lighter. It's not because he's perfect. It's because her nervous system reads him as stable. Most men chase the high of attraction, sparks, chemistry, fireworks. But the irony is that real attraction, the kind that lasts, isn't about adrenaline. It's about peace. The man who can give her peace in a chaotic world becomes the man she can't stop thinking about. You think she's chasing excitement, but what she's actually chasing is protection disguised as passion. Safety wrapped in desire. It's the calm presence that lets her stop performing and simply feel. That's why flashy gestures fail. That's why witty lines fade. Because women aren't consciously choosing the man who impresses them. They're subconsciously surrendering to the man who steadies them. Her body can't explain it, but her biology always knows. Attraction for her is not a choice. It's a physiological response to how safe she feels in your energy. And here's where most men lose, without even realizing it. They try to become more attractive by adding layers, better looks, more money, more charm. When what actually draws women in is subtraction. Removing chaos, removing insecurity, removing the need to prove. When you strip away the noise, what's left is presence. And presence is the one thing her instincts can't fake or resist. Every woman you'll ever meet is subconsciously scanning for 4 invisible signals. They're not tricks. They're not lines. They're not about being nice. They are psychological laws built into her survival code. Miss one, and she'll never fully trust you. Pass them, and she won't just notice you. She'll feel you. You can spend your whole life chasing women, or you can learn the 4 hidden laws that make women chase you. Once you understand them, everything about attraction starts making sense, and everything about your relationships changes forever. Every man thinks he can win a woman through attraction. Few understand that attraction is only the door. It's not the key. The key is emotional safety. And here's the harsh truth. If a woman doesn't feel safe with you, she will never fully desire you. Safety isn't something you tell her she has. It's something she feels in her body when she's around you. It's the invisible signal that says, I can be myself here. When she senses that, her guard softens, her defenses lower. But the moment she feels judged, dismissed, or misunderstood, she shuts down. And once she does, No amount of charm or persuasion will reopen that door. Most men don't realize how fragile that space is. You think teasing her is playful, but sometimes it cuts deeper than you know. You think sarcasm makes you witty, but to her, it can sound like rejection. You think being right in an argument makes you powerful, but to her, it feels like danger. Because to a woman, danger doesn't always look like violence. It looks like emotional chaos. The unpredictable man whose mood flips without warning. The man who uses silence as punishment or humor as a weapon. And here's the paradox. A man can be confident, dominant, and still make her feel unsafe. It's not about power. It's about control. Control over your tone, your reactions, your energy. A woman doesn't need you to agree with her. She needs to know she can express herself without being attacked for it. That's the quiet difference between being a nice guy and being emotionally grounded. Safety isn't about being soft. It's about being steady. It's not flowers and compliments. It's predictability. It's the man who listens without trying to fix, who doesn't weaponize her emotions against her, who can hold space for her storm without losing himself in it. When a woman feels emotionally safe, something biological happens. Her cortisol drops. Her oxytocin rises. Her body associates your presence with relief, not tension. That's the chemistry of trust. And trust is the bridge between emotional connection and physical intimacy. That's why women will share their bodies only with men who make them feel safe in their minds first. You can't fake that kind of safety. You can't build it through words. It's built through consistency, tone, energy, and small moments. It's how you react when she's vulnerable. It's how you respond when she admits fear, insecurity, or jealousy. Every time you stay calm instead of defensive, you're proving to her subconscious, I'm not a threat. And that's when her attraction grows. Not from adrenaline, but from peace. Most men confuse niceness with safety. But niceness is performance. Safety is embodiment. You can buy her dinner and still make her feel unsafe. You can praise her beauty and still make her feel unseen. Because safety doesn't come from pleasing her. It comes from being the kind of man who doesn't flinch when she shows her real self. The man who can sit across from a woman while she's emotional, uncertain, or even irrational, and not make it about his ego, is the man she trusts. And trust is the only currency that can buy her desire. So understand this. If she doesn't feel safe with you emotionally, her body will never open to you physically. That's not rejection. That's biology. It's protection. The first law isn't about what you do to her. It's about what your presence does to her nervous system. When your energy tells her, I'm grounded, she stops scanning for danger. And for the first time, she can simply feel. That's the beginning of real connection. The kind that no game or pickup line can ever replicate. That's why emotional safety isn't just the first law. It's the gatekeeper to everything else. Every woman craves one thing more than love: certainty. And that's what most men fail to give her. You can have charm, wit, ambition, even emotional intelligence. But if your actions don't line up with your words, she'll never trust you. And when trust dies, attraction dies right behind it. Consistency isn't sexy at first glance. It's not flashy. It doesn't grab attention. But it's what keeps attention once the thrill fades. Because when a woman starts to open up to you, she's watching one thing above all. Are you predictable in your strength? Or do you crumble when things get hard? Men often treat attraction like a race. They sprint at the start, then coast when they think they've won her. But that's exactly when she starts noticing the cracks. You say you'll call, but you don't. You promise you're serious, but your effort disappears after you get what you want. You speak about goals, but your actions whisper complacency. Every inconsistency, no matter how small, tells her one thing: I can't rely on him. For a woman, inconsistency isn't just disappointing, it's threatening. Her instincts evolved to detect instability as danger, because unpredictability once meant risk, emotional or physical. In her mind, inconsistency equals uncertainty, and uncertainty triggers withdrawal. She might not say it out loud, but her body starts to retreat. You'll feel her become colder, distant, less affectionate. That's not her being moody. That's her survival instinct protecting her from emotional chaos. Here's the reality most men can't face. You don't lose women because they stop loving you. You lose them because they stop trusting the version of you they thought they knew. When you promise stability but deliver confusion, her respect erodes. And when respect is gone, intimacy vanishes with it. Consistency is what separates men who are exciting for a night from men who are unforgettable for a lifetime. A woman doesn't need you to be perfect. She just needs to know who she's waking up next to. When she knows what version of you will show up, calm, grounded, aligned, she relaxes. And the moment she relaxes, her attraction deepens. Let's be honest. Consistency is the least glamorous part of masculinity. It's not about grand gestures. It's about showing up the same way every day, even when no one's watching. It's texting when you said you would. It's keeping your word after the emotion fades. It's staying grounded in chaos. It's being reliable when it's inconvenient. When a man fails here, he often blames her. She changed, he says. But she didn't change. She adapted. She adjusted to the inconsistency you showed her. Because women evolve with the seasons of their lives. The thrill seeker she was at 22 will crave stability at 32. And if you stay stuck as the man who only knew how to impress her, you'll lose her to the man who knows how to reassure her. Attraction is rented, and the rent is due every day. The moment you stop investing, she feels it. The moment your actions no longer match your words, her instincts start scanning for better ground. Not because she's unfaithful, but because she's wired to survive emotional inconsistency. So if you want her desire to last, stop chasing variety and start mastering reliability. Be the man whose word carries weight, whose energy stays calm, whose presence is predictable, in the best way possible. She doesn't need you to be perfect. She needs to know that when she reaches for you, you'll still be there. Steady, grounded, aligned. Because that's what keeps her trust alive. And trust is the oxygen of attraction. Without it, everything suffocates. With it, she breathes easier around you. And when she can breathe, she can love. Here's what most men don't realize. A woman doesn't test you because she hates you. She tests you because she needs to know where the limits of your strength begin. Her subconscious isn't searching for perfection. It's searching for stability. Because no matter how beautiful the connection, every relationship will face moments of pressure. And those moments are when she'll find out who you really are. When she pulls away emotionally, she's not always rejecting you. Sometimes she's observing, watching whether your ego will chase or your confidence will stay still. When she argues, she's not always trying to start drama. Sometimes she's unconsciously measuring your emotional maturity. She's asking, can this man stay centered when things get messy? Can he handle me at my most emotional without losing himself? Every test, every challenge, every emotional spike isn't about punishment. It's about protection. Because if you crumble under small pressure, how will you stand beside her through real storms? Masculine composure isn't about silence. It's about control. It's the art of responding, not reacting. Of seeing chaos and choosing calm. When she says something that cuts deep, and you pause before replying, that's composure. When she withdraws affection, and you don't chase validation, that's composure. When life throws stress at you, and you keep your tone grounded, your energy steady, that's composure. It's not about emotionlessness. It's about emotional leadership. You're showing her that her chaos can't drown you, and in that, she finds peace. The truth is, women crave men who can contain their storms, not control them. Contain them. Because the feminine is energy. It moves, it flows, it reacts. The masculine is the riverbank. It gives that energy direction, safety, and form. When you lose your composure, you become part of the storm. When you stay calm, you become her anchor. And here's the paradox. The calmer you are under pressure, the more emotionally safe she feels. And the safer she feels, the more freely she loves. Most men think being strong means being hard. But strength without warmth feels cold. It repels. Composure isn't coldness. It's emotional discipline. It's being fully aware of your emotions, anger, jealousy, frustration, and refusing to let them dictate your behavior. Because every time you lose control, you teach her she can't trust your stability. And once that trust breaks, attraction bleeds out slowly. Not because she stopped caring, but because your energy stopped feeling like home. Every woman's deepest question, though she may never say it, is this: if I fall apart, will you still hold your ground? That's the core of feminine surrender. She can only let go when she knows you won't. That's why calmness is more seductive than confidence. Because confidence can be faked. But calm energy, that's earned through inner control. You earn it through silence, through patience, through delayed reactions, through choosing peace over proving a point, through mastering yourself before you try to master her attention. Understand this: attraction fades not because the spark dies, but because tension becomes unsafe. When she feels your calm energy, she softens. When she feels your chaos, she retreats. You don't win her through dominance. You win her through grounded presence. Because presence is power, not the loud kind, the quiet, unshakable kind, the kind that says, I'm not here to control you. I'm here to hold space for you. And when a woman feels that, she stops testing. Not because you passed, but because you've proven she no longer needs to. Now let's bring it full circle. Attraction isn't about tricks, tactics, or games. It's about energy alignment. Your calm energy calls her safety. Your composure calls her respect. Your consistency calls her trust. And together, those create the emotional space where love can actually last. You don't need to chase her when you understand this. You attract her by becoming the kind of man her instincts crave, grounded, stable, predictable in strength. Because to the feminine, a calm man isn't boring. He's irresistible. He's the eye of the storm, and she feels safest right there, in his stillness. So remember the two laws of the female code. 1. Emotional safety. Without it, her body closes. With it, her love deepens. 2. Composure under pressure. Without it, she tests you. With it, she trusts you. Everything else, attraction, connection, passion, flows naturally from those two foundations. You can't force a woman to feel safe. You can only become the kind of man who makes safety natural. That's your real power. Not control, not manipulation, but self-mastery. Because once you master your emotions, you master her attraction. And that is the hidden psychology behind why she falls, why she stays, and why she never forgets the man who understood her without her saying a word. Closing line. This is Female Code Unlocked, where we don't chase attention, we decode attraction.